Kyle Brackey, and the pride of New Brunswick, New Jersey.
The Fighting Goodales.
The Fighting Goodales, Rutgers Wrestling, Wrestling Nomad. What's going on, buddy?
How you doing, Christian?
Doing good, doing good. All right, Fargo we're getting there. We're towards the finish line. We got ladies and Greco going on now. So today and tomorrow.
The ladies are done.
Ladies are done. Ladies are done.
By going on, he meant done.
By going on, done. But we're going to discuss it today. So yesterday, I guess, what were the big stories from Fargo? Macy Kilty looked to be an absolute beast. Got a Who's Number One ticket, by the way.
Well deserved.
Which is really cool. Who could she potentially be wrestling, though?
So that's the question, because there's a really good group of seniors that graduated. Jaden Laurent, Alex Lyles, a bunch in there, and I think Willie, the vibe I got is he didn't really care. He's going to get Macy a match, and they're going to figure it out.
Cool.
Possibly Tristan Kelly, the girl who won both cadet and juniors at 164. But besides that, it's going to be tough to get her a match. And I kind of told him that this year because, I mean, you guys have been here a while already. He's been trying to, before last year, he tried to get a women's match for Wild Who's Number One, right?
Right.
But the matchups didn't necessarily materialize. And I think we're entering a year where that's going to be difficult because you have the number one pound-for-pound girl who doesn't have a lot of people anywhere near her weight that could even go up or down and meet her.
Yeah, exactly right.
So that's going to be a little bit of a problem. But the speaking of Kelly, so there's 3 girls that won both styles. Mia Palumbo is a hammer.
Yeah, I was watching some of her.
She was at Wisconsin when we were on the Final X road trip.
That was her.
That was her at camp.
So I'm doing an article. I'm going to do a little bit about each of the 3 girls. So it was Tristan Kelly of Colorado, Mia Palumbo of Illinois, and Alexis Cepeda of Oregon. I still haven't gotten to Kelly yet, but Palumbo became the first girl to win a match at the Illinois State Boys Tournament ever in like 80, 90 years, whatever it is. And Cepeda got, I want to say, 3rd in Oregon Boys State Tournament at 113 this year.
Wow.
Yes.
That's impressive.
Very impressive.
We talked about Oregon yesterday, actually. Not a bad wrestling state at all.
Right.
Very impressive stuff.
But Cepeda beat 3 girls who all placed at Senior U.S. Open. And somehow didn't get OW.
Yeah, that was pretty silly.
Yes. Like Felicity Taylor, who's awesome and has been wrestling for like 2-3 years and is going to be a really interesting recruit for McKendree going forward. She did awesome, but I think it obviously should have gone to Cepeda. She beat multiple world teamers.
Gotcha.
To win her weight. And I don't think she gave up a point.
And, I mean, she doubled up, right, and is obviously cadet eligible if she did that.
Right.
Yeah.
So Palumbo could be on a world team next year. She's a first-year cadet, so she could make 2 more world teams. Cepeda could be on a world team next year. Kelly could still be on a world team next year. And we're coming off a second-place performance.
That's good.
So we're in good position. And the girls who doubled up, as far as the girls who doubled up, last year the ones who doubled up included Shilson and Kilty, who were world champs this year. So pretty decent track record for girls who double up to, I haven't gone through the full list yet, but pretty decent track record for girls who doubled up to then medal at Cadet Worlds.
Dang. Well, that's a good sign. Good sign. Okay. So Greco's going on today and tomorrow. Is it Illinois to lose on the Greco side? No way. No one's touching them.
Illinois is, they are so hyper-focused when it comes to, especially junior Greco. They literally haven't lost for a decade.
Okay. Strong track record.
Right now, going into today, Illinois has 30 for cadets, and juniors they don't have any points yet because they're just in the quarters.
Right.
But they have...
No, juniors hasn't even started yet.
74 still alive.
Well, does that mean they have 74 entries?
Well, junior just started to... Oh, that's right, junior just started
Junior
today.
starts at 9 a.m.
Yes.
So they have 74 entries.
They have 74 entries, and the next closest...
So they could have 74 potential champs at this moment.
...is 51 entries.
Okay, got it. Not that it's about participation.
Not that it's about participation.
Okay, so today, tomorrow, we're putting a bow on Fargo, and it will be done. We will welcome Andrew and Willie back to, well, Willie doesn't live here anymore, so wherever he winds up. But
Right.
Andrew Spey will be returned. A lot of college focus from basically here. We'll have some world stuff in there.
Definitely. Gotta follow Worlds a little bit, right? I mean,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just a few. Got to defend the title. But looking, a couple topics we wanted to discuss. One, what teams do you guys see as being the most improved? I thought this was an interesting topic. What teams from last year to this year? Of course, the John Reenan special will be Oklahoma State, right? Will they be a top 10 team this year? They were 13th last year, 37.5 points. They're kind of the obvious number one.
I don't see any way they don't win a team trophy.
you don't see any way they don't win a team trophy?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have 8 All-Americans.
I know.
They'll be top 4.
Plus Dayton is definitely All-American
Right.
contender. No, yeah.
And Derek White at heavyweight, who lost in the blood round last year.
To Michael Hugest.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, he's the hugest. He's huge, and that's basically his name. So, yeah, Oklahoma State's definitely going to be awesome next year. But who could keep them off the podium? They could certainly be behind Iowa,
Right.
Penn State, Ohio State.
Ohio State is probably one of the most fascinating teams, right? Because Nato, Snyder, Bojo gone, and they have a whole group of true and redshirt freshmen that, I mean, like anything else, they're going to decide the next 3-4 years of how that program goes.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I think people, how many times do you see a guy get like round 12 or like place 7th, 8th as a freshman? It's like, okay, he's doing this good as a freshman, wait till he's a senior. But then they never get better because more guys come in. Spencer Lee comes in, right? Nick Sirianni comes in, Dayton Fix comes in. It's like they just stay at that same level.
Mm-hmm.
So those Ohio State guys, I think, are going to need to make a little bit of a jump for them to stay in that 2-3 range where they've been sitting. But they've done it 3-4 years in a row now.
Yeah, for sure. And who else would be in that team race? NC State? Can't count them out. They're going to be really good next year.
Well, and I mean, we've talked about this in here before. Like Hayden Hidley and a bunch of those guys, they are, I don't know, like brainwashed or whatever, but like they believe so hard in what they're doing. They're like, yeah, we're gonna have another Tariq Wilson, maybe even 2.
Yeah.
I don't know who those kids are gonna be, but I guess that's the point, right? Of
no way we see Trent right away, right?
I don't know. Seems unlikely.
Right?
I also feel like he would benefit from a redshirt year.
Yeah, I
because
agree.
I think he's one of those kids, because some kids do need to go right away, right? Where it's, if they're not involved with the team and you just kind of let them do their own thing, because there's only so much freshmen can do, it can be very bad for them. But
Yeah.
Trent's not one of those kids.
Yeah. So, Kyle, I agree that I would be surprised if they didn't get a trophy, but I think it's certainly within the realm of possibility based on.
Yeah, I mean, but they're a top 5 team.
Okay. Well, there's only top 4 get trophies.
I understand that.
He understands that.
You
All
can
right.
try to persuade me otherwise, but it's not going to happen.
You love the Cowboys.
Cornell's
It has
going to be.
nothing to do with that.
Dude,
it
it's
just has
cool.
the fact to do with they have 8 All-Americans plus Dayton Fix and Derek White. at
You
heavyweight.
literally went on your honeymoon to Stillwater.
That is not factually correct.
Well, that's what the rumor is. Regardless, yeah, they're going to have a really good team. 2 others that I think could be massively improved, or at least it's all relative, right? I don't think so. One of them is UNI. I don't think they're going to be all that much better, but I feel like they didn't have a great NCAAs. And looking at their lineup, and I had it up. I don't know why I closed it. I think they could be really tough next year. They had 20 points last year with only 1 All-American.
They finished tied for 24th. Mm-hmm. Which, like, given, I don't know, I guess their perception or rankings or whatever, that you look at them, you're like, 24th.
Yeah. So they're going to have, coming back, Jay Schwarm, who we all think is pretty tough guy, really good on top.
Definitely.
Maybe not All-American. Probably not an All-American. It's maybe a stretch to call him an All-American contender maybe at this point. 33, they're not going to be great, but they can maybe get a qualifier out of Wagner or someone like that. At 41, they've got Albert still, who we think's pretty good.
Albert's a pain to wrestle.
Yeah, Albert's excellent. Max Thompson right there at 49.
He's been an All-American.
He's been an All-American. And then at 57, figure Peyton Moore, maybe it's Logan Ryan, one of those guys. Then 65, they get Steyer back. They get Lujan back. They have Drew Foster and Holschlag back, and then Carter Isley. I could really see that team maybe not doubling their point potential, but maybe they could get up in the 40s, and that could threaten the top 10, right? They could be a threatening top 10 team. Then another one I really like to up there to have a massive improvement, and it's not going to be hard to double their output because they scored 3 points at NCAAs last year. That's Iowa State. I think they could have a solid team. Bracky corrected me that they could actually be pretty solid at 25 next year with the transfer of Alex Mackel. Feel pretty good about him. Austin Gomez, obviously, we're all pretty high on. Ian Parker showed flashes at 41.
I cannot wait for Gomez at Junior Worlds. He is going, some Azeri or Armenian or Russian, he's going to full break stick.
I hope so. 49, I think we saw Deegan look really good. 57 is interesting because I'm not seeing a clear-cut guy there among Jennings, Stotts, and Straw. And they've got David Carr there. And how strong is that temptation going to be to wrestle Carr right away, given that they don't really have a guy at that spot? So if they wrestle Carr right away, which is a topic we're going to get to in a little bit about the class of 2018, who's going to go, who's going to sit, I think there's a huge opportunity there with Carr.
I would go Carr right away.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against it. But at the same time, it's like, what are we really rushing here?
What are we holding off for?
Well, your development.
Sure, but
I think Carr
is David Carr gonna develop more in the room for a year, or is he gonna develop more wrestling duels every week, going to tournaments, and then try and qualify for NCAAs and then be an All-American?
Well, it's the classic discussion. Do you want to sacrifice his true freshman year, the rawest David Carr is going to be, for his fifth-year senior year? That's what you're.
The discussion also is freshmen nowadays, number one, not only come out ready to go, and I think we all think David Carr's ready to go, maybe not national champ, but he's going to compete in every match. But you're also gambling that, are they going to be healthy as a fifth-year senior?
Yeah, I know.
College wrestling is.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time, but it's, you wrestle a Spencer Lee because you don't have anyone else, and you need someone, and your team can really make a push with you in the lineup, right? And in some cases, that just doesn't really make sense. So I could get with either decision. And my thought is, what they're doing with David is probably prearranged, right? It was probably part of the deal. He was a heavily coveted recruit. If he wanted to sit right away, that was probably the deal, and he's going to sit and redshirt. But maybe it's a little more open than that.
I think it's going to be very interesting stylistically, him and St. John. Mm-hmm. Can St. John take some of the things that he was so good at in college and add them to David Carr's game?
Like being one of the toughest SOBs of all time?
Yeah. Like
that would be a good thing.
Yeah. That would, right. So which I don't think David Carr's not tough or anything, but I mean, if you have that, that's a multiple-time national champ potential.
I love David Carr. He's one of my favorites of this class. I do think he could benefit from some refinement.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But there's not many people that can do what he can do. 65, I don't think they're going to be great, but they'll have the brother of the aforementioned Derek St. John, Skylar St. John. And then at 74, really like Marcus Coleman. I think he'll probably be the guy.
I'd like to see him go.
Well, he already redshirted, so.
No, I know, but.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying he seems to be the front runner, and I think
he's
going to have a good season.
24-2 last year. Only losses were to Lujan, who we all think is really great. So I really want to watch him go at 74. And then the new moves is Colbray down to 84, which
might be.
Huh?
He might be.
Well, That's like happening. That's like what everyone
that's
says.
the
He's
plan.
literally on his way down to
He
184.
was skinny in Akron.
Was he?
Skinny Colbray.
I don't know.
I don't remember seeing him in Akron.
Yeah.
Well, he's shorter than me.
Did you stand next to him?
He's so not shorter than you.
He's not very tall.
Okay.
Did you stand next
He's
to
not
him?
shorter than you. No, you
If
can't say he's shorter than me.
He is either shorter than me or within an inch of me.
Did you stand next to him?
Not in
then I don't
Akron,
wanna
but I
hear it.
did in Fargo.
Did you even stand
2 years
next to
ago.
someone who stood next to him?
I interviewed
So
him
you're
2 years
basing
ago in
this
Fargo.
off 2 years ago, Fargo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
That's
unlikely that an 18-year-old would grow. He's not super tall. Let's see. Wait, let's see how tall he's listed in the Iowa State bio. If
they
it's
list
even
height?
listed, they don't list
They probably
height.
don't in
Wrestlers
wrestling.
frequently don't list
Yeah.
height.
Crap. Oh, 6'2". Wow, you were way off.
6'2".
Just kidding. So Colbray at 84 because Willie Miklas coming in at 97.
Strong.
Who you have to feel like should place
He has multiple times.
every time.
3 times. Every time he's gone, he's placed.
Every time he's going, there's a strong track record that Willie Miklas will be an All-American at the NCAA
Yeah.
wrestling tournament.
Yeah.
So, and I like Colbray down at 84, and then our man's G. Grimm
Let's go, G. Grimm.
holding it down, the anchor. We're doing a little Gannon Grimmel film review.
G. Graham has a wild array of finishes.
Remember that one
his
time he
season
was
could
down
go.
8-0 to Brandon Metz and then scored 18
Yes.
unanswered?
Yes.
That was
And-
fun.
And then he had a terrible Akron 2017. Wins it, or wins the U.S. Open this year, like all over the place. And he's battled injuries, and yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how wide the variance is. I think for this year it's win matches at NCAAs is like the high end for Gannon this year, and then it's specious that he wouldn't qualify, but I don't think it's that wide unless you're saying like is not in school anymore, and something like that.
I've got an interesting team.
Oh.
And I don't know, I haven't like done or looked like how much farther up they could go, but what do you think about Virginia Tech with the addition of 2 transfers and getting Mekhi Lewis into the lineup?
His name is Mekhi.
That's right, sorry, Mekhi. Actually 3 transfers if you include Tom Slay, who's going to be at
I think you
97.
do have to
Yeah, you
include
got to
Tom
include
Slay.
him, but then Billy Miller at heavyweight.
You're not gonna not include Thompson.
Yeah, and then Corbin Myers at 33, and then you add Mekhi into the lineup.
So next year, it's interesting. I feel like Mekhi Lewis is so big, but they feel like he's gonna be there 57.
Yeah, that's crazy. He's
Which-
big.
He's big, but every time you ask him, not him, but like people around the program, it's like he's not all that big.
Mm-hmm.
He could be, if he beat Hayden Hidley next year in a match. I'm not saying outplays. I'm not saying but they should wrestle once or twice, at least at conference in the duel.
At least twice.
At least twice.
Yeah.
I think he can. I think he's on that tier with a Hayden Hidley kind of guy. Now, beating him's another thing, and maybe he won't. But it wouldn't surprise me if that. I sincerely believe he's kind of in that tier. Like, he could be a top 5 guy next year. Now, I think it's maybe more reasonable he's round of 12 or he places 6th to 8th. But I think his ceiling
Yeah.
is somewhere in the top 5.
So I have kind of pulling up the lineup a little bit. Nordstrom, Mitch Moore, Brent Moore, Brian Blees, Mekhi Lewis, David McFadden, Hunter Bolin,
All right,
Zavatsky, Slade Miller.
Yeah. So 25 Nordstrom. Okay, we'll
Yeah.
see. Not gonna be major points there. I don't feel like.
Probably not.
33. You think Mitch goes right away?
No way. We have Corbin Myers,
Myers.
coming
No,
in.
Oh, that's right, Corbin Myers.
No
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
He can't beat Corbin yet. I don't think.
No.
Either. 41. Brent,
Yeah.
the slayer of Kevin Jack. So there's some upside there potentially.
That did happen.
49.
That was so
Is
absurd.
Blees gonna do it again down there at 49? He might have to. He ain't beating Mekhi.
Yeah. Sucks for BC LaPrade. I
You know
really
who
like
also-
BC LaPrade.
How about Solomon Chisco just gets it together and wins a spot though?
Is he?
Is he though? 'Cause I don't know.
Is he wrestling?
Is he in the mix? Does he still wrestle? I'm not sure.
I think he's still there and planning on competing.
I mean, look, he's a 2-time AA and he's got wins of really good guys. So like, if that happens, and they put him in the
Yeah,
lineup.
imagine if Solomon's like, okay, I'm really going to be focused on wrestling, and I'm going to wrestle, and this is my senior year, and I would like to place. That would be a really interesting wrinkle, because he's beaten a lot of really good guys. I mean, he was so solid those first 2 years. Really, his first 3 years, his redshirt year was really good. And then 2 AAs, and then last year, he just falls off the wagon. So if he gets back on the wagon, G-Hulk, get him up, Air Frere, get him on the wagon. That could be huge for Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
Because then they could go Blees, Lewis, McFadden, Bolin, Zavatsky. That's a really nice 4 out of 5 there.
How about Tech? And Christian, you can, because I haven't really thought about this before, but they have depth right now. What has their previous depth? Because I was about to say, how about Virginia Tech starting to develop some depth, but they did win a team trophy under Dresser, so seems like they had depth at the time.
No, it's fair. I never thought of them as particularly deep. Now, they had a guy like Sal Mastriani, who was kind of a depth guy for a while, who wound up in the starting lineup. He gave them some flexibility there. So it's been improving. And I don't know how, John Boris, Tom Slay, Billy Miller, one of those guys is not going to start next year.
Correct.
Mathematically.
And Billy Miller's coming off a pretty significant injury. I know he had surgery on this summer, so I don't think we'll see him till probably like January. But
that's going to make it really interesting, because what I feel like is going to happen, I have no idea, no inside info here, but is Boris going to be like, okay, I am going heavy, I'm going to go heavy, and then hold it down until January, and Billy's going to come back and be healthy and just kind of squish him and take his spot.
Well, and Boris already redshirted too.
Yeah, I know.
So
that's why.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think that's why they're planning on him going heavyweight. It's like a security blanket in case Miller can't go.
Yeah, I guess. I just feel like the upside with him at 97 is high.
I mean, I would definitely say it's higher than heavyweight.
I don't understand it.
What that means also is that they must really like Dakota Howard at 97, because Howard's going to redshirt this year. And so if you go Miller and Slay run out of eligibility this year, then you're plugging in Howard and Borst in 2019-2020.
Yeah. I don't know about the Howard angle much. But yeah, maybe.
Dakota Howard, so this is what they have. They have Tom Slay, Brooks Wilding, Dakota Howard this year at 197. They have Billy Miller, John Borst, Trent Ragland at 285. Now they have Fernandez coming in, who's at 220 right now, so who knows if he's going to go
up or down,
but they have, again, I guess this gets back to the depth. Like, they have options.
Yeah, that's good. So yeah, Tech's a good one. What'd they finish last year?
8th, I believe.
8th. Top 10 once again.
8th, yes. I mean, they've done it like 8 of 9 years.
So I could see them getting up to, they were 47.5 last year.
Push into the top 6, maybe.
I think 60 points. So maybe right there, kind of where Missouri was.
They scored 47.5 last year.
47.5. They get up to 60 points. They're flirting with top 5 or top 6. I feel like top 5's probably out of their reach, given the 5 teams we were talking about.
Just real quick, I kind of did this at the end of the season. The last 5 years, Virginia Tech comes out, combined team points of the last 5 years, comes out to 7th, just with 298 points, just behind Cornell with 300.
Heck yeah.
So they are right there with Cornell, who has been doing it for a while.
And the crazy thing is, Virginia Tech's done it with no national champions.
No champs.
That's pretty insane.
I think that's going to be the thing.
Don't start.
If they get a guy to break through and win NCAAs, that's going to be.
They could get 5 champs.
It's them in Michigan.
In the same year.
Them in Michigan are the ones that, if they can break through and have a national champ, I feel like that's kind of going to change the whole complexion of the program.
Well, my question, as you mentioned Michigan, and we're kind of all over the place. We haven't really got into weight changes, but is Gross going up? One, that definitely seems like a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he should.
I don't think he should either.
Why are you going up into Yanni's weight? It's a mess up there at 41, right?
Yeah, 41's a bloodbath.
Listen, you get taken down 4 times in matches and you win by like 5. And you're that far removed on the mat. I wouldn't mess with that. I would stick with be big at the weight, be a 2-time champ, 3-time finalist. But if he does go up, I think that makes room for Micic. But
I think Micic can. I mean, I think Micic can beat him anyway as it is now. It's going to be those two are the clear two, and then depending on Soriano and Fix.
yeah,
Is what gets possibly injected in there.
I think Soriano can go with Micic.
I think Soriano could beat Gross.
I
might even pick it.
I like that less.
You think Soriano has a worse chance of beating?
Yes, based on what Spencer did to him on top. I think Gross is
Spencer
also going to be able to ride him, get riding time, possibly turn him. Not likely. I know Soriano doesn't get turned a lot.
Yeah, he really is pretty good underneath. I don't know. I think Spencer's probably better on top than Gross, even though they're
Maybe.
both transcendent. Yeah, it's a maybe.
Gross is bigger because we're talking about Gross maybe going up to 41, and we're also thinking Soriano can definitely go 25 again. Maybe not definitely, but
Not definitely.
probably.
He will
so
not.
there's gonna be a size disadvantage, and
I don't buy much into the size disadvantage thing. I don't know if you've seen.
Are you on
Nick-
Instagram?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Nikki is out there training like
Nikki
an animal.
push-ups.
I love his training montages.
I like he's showing a little personality, having fun with everyone on Instagram. Yeah,
Listen,
go follow him. It's really funny stuff. Honestly,
it's interesting because the Soriano Fix Lee, it's like this rivalry, and like it was like back in the day. Who are you, Team Dake or Team Taylor? It's like, man, I really love all three of those guys, and they are such unique personalities, right? You've got the Pokemon guy, you've got the Jersey training on Instagram guy, and then you've got the Dayton Fix. I wrestle every tournament I'm legally allowed to guy, and I jump
just
high.
a good old Oklahoma
Yeah,
boy.
just an awesome Oklahoma kid. So it's really awesome dynamic. But yeah, I don't know. I'm almost ready to like mark it down. Soriano champ next year.
Dang.
133. I'm ready to say it.
Talk about a champion being huge for the program. Rutgers getting
Right?
on.
yes,
Yeah.
Oh, you love it.
yeah. Well, that was the thing last year. I was like,
Him
guys,
and National both back mobbing.
Oh man, the mobbing will be out of control.
I love
Who
that.
else did they get? They had the transfer from Lehigh. Colucci?
Colucci. I haven't gone through.
Gravina's back.
Gravina has an 8th year.
He got an 8th year because
His shoulder's
he
gonna-
only has the one shoulder.
His shoulder might actually like disintegrate.
Yeah,
I'm kind of worried about that.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried about Nick Gravina.
I like Nick Gravina, but shoulders are important in wrestling.
I'm Team Gravy Train forever. He can do it. If Nickerson and Escobedo, they gutted it out. No shoulders. They had 2 shoulders between both those guys at the end of their careers.
I think that's being generous.
That's generous. That's really generous. Okay. So I don't know how we wound up there, but we did.
That was fun though.
We were talking about like most improved teams.
Do
and then it
you have
kinda-
one, Nomad? I gave 3. He gave 1. Do you have a single one team?
No.
I'm waiting for like a brain breaking. You just say like Penn State or something.
Well, yeah, right. Well, I am curious. I don't know because I haven't terribly looked at it, but I am curious about Wisconsin. Connor Brown, Trent Hilger. I think Hilger's going to be interesting. He's probably still a year too young because there's still a lot of seniors. Heavyweight this year is very talent heavy, and then it clears out with the Gable Cassiope Paris group coming in.
The Wicks.
The Wicks.
Yeah, I like that they're getting Xander back.
Yeah.
They're very, Bono and Reeder obviously think Evan can beat Chenzo. That remains to be seen, but that's what they're going to be trained for. And then do they have any...
There's a lot of dudes to train for it that weight.
True.
That's a freaking good weight.
And then not to kind of bring it back to a morbid, but
I
is
know.
there a little boost because wrestling for Stickley?
Well, man, yeah, I don't even know how to talk about this, but Eli would have been really good for them. They were super excited, and they're not going to be productive at 41 like they would have been. But yeah, that indefinable quality of wrestling for a guy you lost, that could be something, but it's nothing you can really count on.
This is like totally completely different, and like this is not like meant to be a joke about anything. But when I was in 8th grade, we played this team, Stembridge, and we mollywopped them like 30-0. Before the week before the championship game, that was the last week of the year. We were both 8-0. Last week of the year, right before the championship game, there was a flood, and one of their kids died. And have you guys ever seen Hardball?
Yes.
Okay, so they came out with like, I forget what number he was, but like on their
Yeah.
shoes, and then they beat us.
Really?
Yes. And there was just so many weird things that happened that game that it was just one of those things where you're like, I think this was not supposed to happen.
I'll make Bracky shed a tear here. Think about when Brett Favre lost his dad.
Yeah.
5 touchdown passes. That was
Right.
like
That was
That
awesome.
was
out of body
insane.
experience. He wasn't even looking where he was throwing.
Yeah.
He was just chucking it.
And
60-yard bombs.
Even with, bringing it back to wrestling, and I don't think Wisconsin's necessarily fighting for national championship, but the 2015, every picture you see of NCAA's Ohio State, the KK for Coast Carriage George.
Yeah, but they just had an awesome team.
No, I
that
know.
year. No, but more practically, Bono Reader effect. Okay, we know they're great coaches and their track record is proven. My question is, this stuff doesn't happen overnight. On the one hand, it's the most talented room they've ever had, that duo's ever had.
Yeah.
It's better than South Dakota State even last year. The question is, in a year, is that when you get real the fruits of the full Bono Reader experience, or is it going to take a year, shifting the culture a little bit?
Sure.
I'm not convinced we're going to see it right away.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take a little bit, maybe 2 years, right, before we see like, it's happening. That's my thought. Although it could just happen right away. They'll be awesome out the game.
And then one random, I don't know about improved, Duke for a while has
I was
always
going
had
to say Duke, dude, just because.
one guy, at least one guy who does very well. I can't think of the 197.
Connor Hartman.
Connor Hartman, and then Casper. Who's going to be? He's going to be a fine silver.
How many fine silvers are back? All of them?
I think all fine silvers return.
All 14 of them.
There's so much. The silver is so fine.
So fine.
It's enough for a whole dinner. Duke. Yeah, Duke just by reputation, right?
Sure.
Just probably someone on Duke's going to be good next year. We're not sure who or what weight or if they're a twin or
A triplet maybe?
a triplet. Is he bringing in multiple?
Maybe an Irish twin.
I don't understand that.
Don't look at me.
You know what
I
Irish
don't
twins
know.
are?
We'll edit that out. Yeah, I don't know what that means.
That's when you have 2 children born the same year, but like January, December.
Okay,
Leave.
got it. Yeah.
You've never heard of that?
Why
That's a
don't you
very common saying.
Just give me 5 minutes here. Okay. Next topic. So that was before we move on, somewhat next topic, but sort of same topic. Who's coming back down to earth? Who do we see maybe, okay, you had a nice little year, but this thing happened, and now it's back down. Back to reality. Oop, there goes gravity.
I knew you were going to do
Situation.
that.
I had to. If you're going to drop Irish twins, any teams that you see that potentially happening to?
Well, the question is Lockhaven, right? Losing Ronnie Perry. That's big.
Yeah.
Looking at who else had? I'm trying to. There was another team. I was
Well,
just looking at
Illinois
that-
was 13th, and they lose Aymar.
Right there. You go. That's who it
Ouchies.
was.
But Emery Parker was a complete
Ultimate Road Warrior.
Ultimate Road
Complete
Warrior.
savage.
Lost
It's
first
just-
round, got third.
That is That's the craziest thing that happens in sports consistently. The Ultimate Road Warrior. It makes no sense.
It almost happened at
It happens.
Fargo.
Well, yeah, Fargo's one thing.
I know.
NCAA wrestling tournament is like it's absurd for something like that to happen. Obviously, Michigan. This is kind of a stupid topic because you just end up saying guys that graduated really good wrestlers.
Right.
Like, yeah, you lost Adam Kuhn, so
NC State, they lose like more than half their NCAA points.
really, so they lose Mock.
Lose Mock. Okay, now I got to go through.
I don't know that they do.
They do.
They're gonna starve Sean Files again, right?
All right, here. Let me look it up. Okay. Kevin Jack,
Oh yeah.
Pete Renda, Machiavello.
Yeah, that's it.
Boykin,
But that's
Donahue.
three. Those are the three big ones: Jack, Mock, and Renda. Okay, yeah, they're coming back down to earth.
You just told me they were going to win a
Yeah,
team trophy.
I'm wrong. Well, you didn't correct me with that was a bad take. You had your opportunity to smash me then.
I was
They're
just
the
letting you have
one-
your opinion.
If they get 7th or higher next year,
They did amazing.
losing that, then Pat Pop should get another 7-year extension
Wow,
beyond
yeah.
the one he already got.
Yeah.
What about, South Dakota State, you had 3 All-Americans last year. You
Maybe
took 12th.
Yeah.
Maybe just gross this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gross.
No love for Damien Hahn.
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's just
Well, Kosher's
you
gone.
graduate a couple guys.
I know.
And is Silverberg gone too?
I think
How
he
did
might have.
Silverberg placed? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Okay.
That's why.
And that's why. Actually, Kosher was the that's why, but yes.
I know, but it's just so awesome.
That's why. Okay.
Wyoming, losing Bryce Meredith.
Yeah.
Montoya Bridge is still there, and Branch has a tremendous track record. They've had
Yeah, you figure Mark, he's got something going.
they average more than AA per year, basically almost the entire time Branch has been there.
Well, I mean, Sam Turner had a great season last year, and then I believe Hayden Hastings was on red shirt, Flow National finalist. So they're gonna reload.
Yep. Okay. Now where to? Anyone know what time we started this?
I have 8:32.
Okay, cool. Got it.
Good job,
Just want to know when we're like.
As the official secretary of Flow Radio Live that does the minutes every episode.
And we strongly appreciate that and your contributions there. Okay.
Do you want to get to the Fargo placement stuff? We were talking about that yesterday, or do you want to go into this 25-33 stuff?
Or choice C, who's going right away?
Okay.
Final big board. I'm really feeling that.
Yeah, let's do that.
So we're gonna go guy by guy. Who could be wrestling right away for the 2018 big board? If you haven't checked this out, it's on the site right now. We're gonna go through it, and we'll start with I think an easy one. Gable Steveson, Minnesota.
Yes.
I think he's going right away.
What will give you that hint?
Well, he is the best wrestler in high school history, and he beat Don Bradley, and I think he beats Riley Streifel in the room.
I think he beat him at
Yeah, he did.
Daktronics last year. Yeah,
He killed him.
Yeah, I think he tech followed him.
He teched his pinned, I think, is what he did
Yeah,
that
he
tournament.
did.
So Gable's going to go, I believe. I don't know why he would not go.
Barring some sort
Also,
of injury,
can
I would
someone
say.
explain to me, I don't know if I've ever brought this up on radio, but I bring it up to Kyle once a week. How did Gable not win every award conceivable for high school wrestling? He didn't win, like, David Carr won one
like
of them.
the
And I love David Carr. How does Gable, you just have to hand Gable everything.
So they give a Schultz award in every state,
Okay.
and then there's a national winner. And
Yeah.
David Carr won the national.
Yeah, so they go state, and then there's like 5 or 6 regions,
Yeah.
and then from the 5 or 6 regions they pick.
A national winner.
Listen,
So does that mean Gable didn't even win his region because Ohio and Minnesota?
Let's try to see if
I am appalled. Who's in charge? I need a vote on that too. There needs to be some oversight here. How does Gable not win everything there is? It's not like he moved to. He didn't do the Kyle Snyder where he moved to Colorado his senior year. Like I could see it then. It's like, okay, you didn't compete, whatever. He's the best guy, but fine. He won Minnesota State's. Okay, he makes every world team. I mean, David Carr has not made a junior world. I mean, it's like not that maybe factors in, but I don't know how
He
Gable.
dang near made the senior national team.
He won, and those awards came out before then. But he won a college open. I don't know. I don't know what you needed there, but Gable should have won everything that exists, and that's nothing against David Carr, who, I'm obviously a huge fan of.
yeah, he did not even win the Midwest region. David Carr did.
We have to have a moment of silence for that.
Dave.
Okay. Everyone think about that. I want you to think about that. If you're listening, I guarantee you, whoever made that decision does not listen to FRL, because you would have so much more discernment if you just listen to this show. All right, moving on.
You need to even listen to FRL to know that Gable is the best wrestler.
No, but you know what? Just go with it. I'm upset. Number 2, Aaron Brooks is definitely not wrestling right away.
Correct.
Who even knows if he's going to be at Penn State?
I don't believe he will be.
He'll be at the Olympic Training Center.
Elite Accelerator Program. It's not elite athlete. You seen it? EAP?
EAP.
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna get accelerated, which is scary because he's pretty freaking good right now.
I'm saying athlete. That's silly. It should be elite
We're gonna
athlete
say
program.
athlete.
Yeah.
It's
We're
elite
gonna
accelerator.
Okay, well we're gonna say athlete
All
on
right,
this
that's
show.
fine. I thought it was elite athlete too, and then I was wrong.
All right, we're gonna rebrand that right now on radio. Mason Paris, I think, is gonna redshirt. That seems to be conventional wisdom,
He should.
and I think he should.
Agree?
I think that's smart. Sammy Sassafrasso.
Doubt it.
You think he's going?
No, I doubt that he's.
Oh
going.
yeah, no, because Micah and Keyshawn. And yeah,
Don't need to.
don't need to. David Carr, we discussed.
I think he's gonna go.
Ooh.
I know it's not like an Iowa thing where you need to be in the top 5, but having him in your lineup is going to score you more points, and it just shows that the program's progressing.
Yeah.
And I think that helps with administration, with alumni, with recruits. I think he's ready to go. He can go.
Ready. Joey Silva, I think red shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It just lineup wise, it makes too
You
much
skip Whitlake?
sense.
Oh, whoops, I did skip Whitlake.
0% chance Whitlake goes.
Or
I don't know if it's 0. I really don't.
what if they get him down to 57?
I don't think he should go, but you should not rule it out.
Do you guys think Travis Whitlake, as big as that dude is, that dude has not been below 157 since he was 14 years old? It's going to be effective at 157?
Have you seen the way Oklahoma State cuts guys?
Listen, it's Oklahoma State.
They cut guys.
They get him down. He'll be all right.
I mean, Joseph's going 197.
No, he's not. He can still make 57.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, sounds like Preston Weigel is finally healthy again, which...
Thank God.
That guy can win NCAAs. He is good enough, and probably the best wrestler on top at 197. But sometimes he has these matches where he just like...
Maybe Ben Darmstadt. It'd be close. I bet this.
Darmstadt pins more people for sure.
Darmstadt pins more people, but I bet if Weigel got on top, Darmstadt wouldn't get away.
Weigel wins more matches.
Weigel would be so much
6-0.
stronger than Ben.
He's the biggest 97-pounder in the country.
Preston Weigel.
He's also the most exasperating.
Yeah.
Sometimes he forgets to move at all and just gets double-legged.
When he was healthy, he teched Kyle Cannell
Yeah.
in a first period. Tossed him on his head.
He lat dropped him and then he tilted him up a bunch, right?
And Kyle Connell turns out pretty good with the throws.
His cross wrist tilt is... I'm telling you, he gets more forwards off cross wrist tilt than any 97.
I think it was Chris Perry that was telling me, like, he's just got, like, this farm grip, and, like, basically...
Once you get that wrist, it's over.
Yeah, you can't let him get your wrist.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're in a world of trouble.
Yeah.
So,
I was talking Preston Weigel.
I was talking Weigel. We'll get back to that.
So you guys think Whitlake could go right away?
I'm just not going to rule it out.
I'm not going to rule it out. I think it's unlikely. I'm not going to rule it out, though.
They also got that Shomers kid from Edinburgh at 57.
Yes, yeah.
But I think that, get Whitlake. Because thing is, what's the deal? Could he wrestle next year 74?
Well, Jacoby's a senior this year.
Okay, Jacoby's
Yes,
a senior.
he could.
Are you
So
sure?
Jacoby will... Yes.
Jacoby's a senior.
Yes.
I'll look it up.
I really feel like I thought they got him as like a sophomore. I know he won 2 JUCOs, but I thought they rig it in some sort of way.
They rig it?
Do you not know how...
No, the JUCO clause, they can rig it.
There's no JUCO clause.
He was a junior last year.
Okay, so he's a junior, and then
He'll be a senior.
Then after that, he'll be a senior. So he's got 2 left. If we count,
JUCO clause? You're just making things up now.
I count last year. Okay, so no. Okay, so yeah, he'll be there next year. Silva, we already discussed. We think he's gonna redshirt. Teamer, Jacory Teamer, the pride of Vogar Honors.
Depends on if he wrestles 141 or 174.
I think that he will redshirt.
I did too.
He's listed as a 57-65, which falls in the... Now, here's the thing. What is Arizona State doing next year? Because a guy that a lot of people don't talk about that is pretty good, Christian Pagdaleo, got his 8th year, just like Nick Ravina. So he'll be back.
Pagdaleo got another year?
Yes.
Wow.
And Pagdaleo is really freaking good.
I like Pagdaleo.
Just guys getting 9th and 10th years.
9th and 10th years. So Pagdaleo's back. How do they fit him, Maruka, Shields, Valencia, move him around?
Maruka and Shields both redshirted,
Yeah.
so they can't.
Redshirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you got Norfleet and Belshea, but I guess you could, if they did move Zahid up, they could redshirt
Norfleet.
Mm-hmm. And Zahid will be a junior. Man, Norfleet might end up getting screwed, potentially.
They better not. That's my guy. Then Brock Hardy, who is going on a Mormon mission, so he'll be out of
He
the
will
mix.
be wrestling in Brazil.
He'll be wrestling in Brazil in the Olympics. Gavin Hoffman,
No.
no. But maybe next year he goes down 84 to replace Miles Martin.
So that's it, right. That's the interesting thing is how big, because Ohio State lifts heavy, right? Like more than any other team. They got to keep Gavin lean for a year while Colin Moore's still there.
They don't really have to keep him lean. You just maybe don't let him get audaciously large.
Yeah, one less cookie a week.
Just keep him in range, and then after Miles is gone, then you get him down there. He ain't making weight in November of 2018, so
True.
Not a big deal. He'll be what he'll be this time next year, and they'll make the decision.
Just let it be.
And let it be. That's my words of wisdom. Let it be. Michael Beard, gonna redshirt. Have to figure.
Gray shirt.
Gray shirt.
Gray shirt.
Not enrolling until 2019.
Okay, so they're keeping that money free for another year. RBY.
Got to get the Nickel, Neville's, Nolf.
Nolf.
Is that all? Yeah.
Gulabon.
That's probably a lot.
Yeah.
Bobby
Gulabon.
Bonilla.
Rutherford.
Bobby Bonilla.
Oh my gosh.
That's an A+ reference there. RBY, on the other hand, I think will
Yes.
go right away.
He seems like the most likely of anyone
133?
we've done so far. Even Gable, just because they have Streifel, and if they whatever wanted to, like they have an option. But RBY, like they should, they need, he's ready.
They shall.
All the above.
Yes.
He's looking a little bigger too. I thought so. We were at State College.
Yeah, I like him at 33 next year. Brayton Lee, I feel like he will redshirt.
Real quick, can we talk about? I'm excited to see Rowan Bradley Young wrestle high-level folk-style matches.
Yeah, he hasn't done that basically in his career. He wrestled in Reno maybe his freshman year.
He's had Who's Number One,
Okay, that counts.
but like aside from Who's Number One, folk-style wise, what data do we have on Rowan Bradley Young? And this isn't to imply that I think he's going to do bad, but just like
Sounds like your implication.
what data do we have that Rowan Bradley Young is? Where's he at on the mat? I have no idea.
Yeah, complete mystery.
Yeah.
Because basically, I think it was freshman Reno is the last we saw. It was like 2014.
And I think he's going to be fine. I want to know. Like I'm just very curious.
Yeah.
Whatever the
He'll
first,
be all right.
The Keystone Classic probably maybe the first time we get to see him.
Yeah, I think he'll be nice. Brayton Lee, we think, is going to redshirt. They're bumping up everyone, we think.
Plus, he doesn't seem to cut a whole lot of weight.
He doesn't. He always looks big, and he's not big.
So figuring out where to, 49 and 57.
Just delay that a year.
Yeah.
Figure that out later. Cassiope, we basically talked about all yesterday, and I don't,
I
who
think
knows?
it depends on the health of Stoll.
Yeah.
But even with Stoll, I guess even with the health of Stoll, like they have Aaron Costello, who I would prefer Cassiope to Costello, but it's still like, okay, do we need Cassiope this year? What are we pushing for this year versus what is the long-term plan?
Well, they're pushing for everything, I think. I mean,
You think they're making a big push this year?
Well,
I mean, I don't.
yeah. I mean,
don't disagree.
Kimmer, it's his last year.
Nope.
Nope.
No, he's a sophomore, junior. Okay. So maybe not. Maybe you could hold off. Because who will be a senior for them this year?
Spencer, no. J. DeSanto, no. 41.
Mirror, no.
Who even cares?
Turk, yeah.
Lugo
Aaron.
has 2.
Yep.
So yeah, maybe. But
Bull's still young.
I think you got to go Cassiope or Stoll this year. I don't think you can throw Costello out there because I think you're going to have a 2-year window where you're going to really be something else.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you just want to give yourself 2 shots to win a title.
So, because I just thought about this, thinking about Cassiope going right away and Gable going right away. So the last time a true freshman placed at NCAA's at heavyweight was 2012 with Quiz, who obviously ended up 4-time All-American, 3-time finals, 2-time champ.
And the year before that,
Gold
do you know
medalist.
who placed?
Well, that same year, McMullen placed as a redshirt freshman. That was the last time freshman placed. Then you had, since 2012, then you had Tanner Hall make round 12, but he
does not count.
21, 22. And then last year, Jordan Wood, who's multiple-time age-level world medalist. So Gable seems likely to be the first true freshman AA since Quiz. But then Cassiope, if he gets around 12 or places, and Stoll can't go and he goes, like that puts him kind of at least recent history and probably long-term history also as like
Except if you look at
good trajectory.
Yeah, I know, but like 2011, Spencer Myers placed. Don't think he ever placed again.
Okay, but that's heavyweight though. Like
Yeah, well,
that's heavyweight. Heavyweight
like-
heavyweight is senior, and junior laden year after year after year after
I don't
year.
think it means anything to place as a true freshman relative to any other weight.
I think it absolutely does at heavyweight.
We have
because
two
we haven't
examples.
seen
One
it.
of them ended up being completely average the rest of his career, and the other one ended up
Hall
being
placed
great.
again.
Hall doesn't count.
Okay, but
Hall's
because there's one example and it's Gwiz, and the other one is Mike McMullen.
no, he's a redshirt freshman.
Right, so the example is Gwiz. So there's one guy in 6 years who's done it.
Okay,
There's one guy,
because-
that means you were historically
Only because
good.
you don't want to go back one more year where Spencer Myers completely negates it. It means nothing.
Spencer Myers placed as a true freshman.
Yeah.
I don't think that's right.
All right, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's right. I feel pretty confident about it, but okay. He did beat Bobby Telford one time.
That was definitely not his freshman year, though, that he beat Bobby Telford.
No, he was at
2010.
Yeah, 10-11. Freshman year.
What sort of nonsense happened in 2010-11 at heavyweight?
Do not look at that weight. You will get sick. Levi Cooper happened. Spencer Myers happened. And my guy, DJ Russo from Rutgers, the Fighting Goodale, did not place. And he was like one of my favorite guys. That
Sad.
year.
All right, now I got to run through this real
Sad.
quick.
This weight.
Zachary won. He was top seed. Wrestled Ryan Flores, who, good Lord, Ryan Flores got screwed at the end of his career. He was 3 seed. Don Bradley was 3rd, 4
What do you
seed.
mean screwed?
He was viciously concussed and should not have been wrestling.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Gerard Trice was 4th. He was 2 seed. And
There
then
we go.
unseeded Richard Alcala of Indiana.
Yes.
5th. Unseeded Spencer Myers 6th. True freshman. Okay, so that's all right. So that's an outlier. Then Tony Nelson was 7th. He was 8th seed. Then Levi Cooper unseeded 8th for
Yeah.
Arizona State.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
so
was-
that's completely ridiculous.
That was a disaster. That way it was nauseating. Okay. Now that we got our Levi Cooper minute in, let's get to who's the next guy on our freaking
Quinn
list?
Kinner.
Quinn Kinner, headlock pinner, gonna redshirt.
Yeah.
Because don't think he's beating McKenna. Putting it
Yeah,
out
it
there.
doesn't make sense.
Putting it out there. Put my name on it actually.
Next two though.
Gavin Teasdale, I think for sure and for show.
Yes.
And then Patrick Glory,
I think so as well.
definitely. You can't.
They're both ready.
And both of them are gonna be ranked and do very well right away.
Yeah.
For sure. I think they're both maybe even All-Americans next
Yep.
year.
Well, that's why. And maybe we don't need to do it today, but that,
And you
that
know they will
125
hit
get to
each
will be
other.
interesting.
They're gonna wrestle
If
each
they're
other.
ever in a tournament together, they will hit because
They have
hit.
to. They're magnetically
Yeah.
attracted to one another.
Yes.
Will they wrestle 5 times now?
Maybe more.
I think
They
it's
wrestled
more
at
than that because
Powerade,
it's
like,
literally gone back to like Super 32 middle school.
Yeah.
So
Super 32 middle school, 2 or 3 times at Powerade. Who's number 1?
and this year
the
was
Streets.
Beat the Streets. There's one other one. in
Dapper
there.
Dan.
Dapper Dan.
who's number one
And they-
was the first time,
They met at No
Glory
Gi
beat
Beach
'em.
Worlds.
Yes.
and then he beat him in freestyle
Veterans
and beat the
Nationals.
Streets.
Chest wrap.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And then Greco.
You're still going?
Trent Hidley, we already discussed. We think he's going to redshirt. Shane Griffith going to Stanford.
I don't know.
No read at all there.
Yeah, I'll have to ask Nate.
I'd probably ask Borelli. I feel like he's probably gonna
Well,
be
yeah. I have a better relationship with.
Well, you should get a good.
Borelli.
Coach Borelli's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
lean toward red shirt, but I don't
lean
know.
that way, but who knows?
Yeah.
They could do whatever. I don't think he's going to be any more ready in a year from now than he is right now, right? I think Shane's going to be who he's going to be. Joe Lee, could he beat out Chenzo this year? Maybe. It's a wait and see type of situation.
Yeah.
You know,
We're not. It's too early.
He's-
This is the first one I'll say too close to call.
Yeah.
But I'll err to the side of he redshirts. Real Woods.
I think Woods goes right away.
He-
real-
yeah,
the
I
realest
wouldn't
Woods
be
of all.
surprised at all.
Yeah, just unleash him in his most savage form. Just
I
let
love him.
I love Real Woods. It's actually real. Not
It's real. Yeah.
At 41, do we think 41? Not 33?
So the thing with that is, Willie's theory is that Ivy League and Lehigh and Stanford Northwestern types, all those kids go up in weight when they get to college, and don't stay at whatever they were in high school.
I guess. I
So
don't know.
he's the one that put that in.
All right, maybe. Let's go to like maybe 25, and then we'll stop. We're at 22. Seth Neville's definitely redshirting.
Yep.
Nomad is on the record as a Neville's hater, except he's not on the record, but just know that. Next, Jaden Maddox, redshirting. Feel pretty sure in that for Ohio State.
Jacob
57.
Camacho.
You missed Camacho.
Man, I'm skipping these dudes. Jacob Camacho. That's interesting. No, they're going to start Foz again, right?
Yeah.
Well, or they have Cox, too.
Camacho probably beats Cox right now.
I know, but if they're thinking long term, they're probably going to keep Camacho.
Yeah, you're right. You're so right. Nomad. Maddox, we think redshirt, Ruff and Ready, SIUE, Justin Ruffin.
Give me Ruffin.
Yeah,
Let
I
him-
wouldn't
I
be
want-
surprised to
let
see
him
him
run.
go. Yeah.
He's Ruff and Ready.
Yeah.
Let's go. So that's the top 25. And, let's go 26. Anthony Artelona. He was a topic of discussion yesterday.
Not with that attitude.
He pretty much has to wrestle or not go to Penn. He's got two options. One of them is not go to school. The other is wrestle.
He needs to adjust his tude.
Little attitude adjustment.
I
John Cena action.
love your Artelona takes. They're great. And hey, let's keep going. Alex Thompson for
We're gonna
Nebraska.
We're going to stop. Thompson, no, because it was Moisey.
Oh yeah, Moisey. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Great job by Mark Manning getting Moisey in. And then Will Luan, he's a world champion, but he's going to redshirt, right? 57.
He's going on red shirt.
Yeah, it doesn't seem, they don't need him.
Doesn't seem prudent at this juncture.
What about Ryan Thomas?
While we're going, Ryan
Yeah.
Thomas, Minnesota.
Well,
65.
it's just-
But did they have Brolsma?
Who was their
Brolsma.
65 last year?
Ooh, I don't know.
Wanzik.
Wanzik.
He's
Yeah.
gone.
Wanzik.
He's gone.
Gonzek. Maybe we see Ryan Thomas.
Unless Jake Aller.
Isn't Ryan Thomas?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Probably gonna be Haller. He's
Yeah.
not 74, right?
I don't think so.
I don't
He's like a
think
65,
He-
right?
I don't
Let's see what they have
can't
him
imagine
listed
being
as.
that big.
You never even stood next to him, so you have no idea. There's no way you could possibly.
They have listed as a 65. Let's go.
That's it.
Let's
Jake
run it.
Allard,
Let's
right
run
away.
it. Run and tell that. Except
gonna-
not right away because he
Not
redshirted
right away 'cause
last
he
year.
redshirted, but
Right.
right away this year, for sure. Okay, now we're done with that topic. Let's get to some questions, and let's get the heck on out of here. What do you say? Questions. We didn't even get to the 25-30. We'll just table that. Good, but appreciate that. No, man. Tyler Andrews, who wins the wrestle-off between Neville's and Kassar? I think there's probably not going to be a wrestle-off because it sounds like Neville's is just too hurt to go or something like that. And maybe they're counting on a medical since they're getting given out like candy, although I don't know what that will mean for little brother Seth.
That's concerning for Nick if he's, again, too injured to wrestle a season. Because
Yeah.
he lost another one.
It's concerning.
Yes, it is concerning. I'm concerned. Okay, so
I'm concerned.
I would take Neville's over Kassar. If both healthy.
If Neville's isn't healthy, give me Kassar.
Wow.
Give me Andy.
If Neville's can't wrestle, give me Kassar
Yeah.
too. Wow. Wrestling Nomad, tell us your best hero moments, and if a hero is really a sandwich.
The best hero moments?
Yeah,
What
what's
does
the-
that mean?
When were you
What
most
time in
heroic?
your life were you a hero?
Was I ever a hero? Did I ever save someone? Yeah, come back to that one.
Okay,
I
we'll
gotta
come
think
back.
about that.
You gotta rank them.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
moments of heroism.
Did you save anyone at a Smoothie King or something?
Moments of heroism.
Yeah. Did you ever? Yeah, we'll come back to it.
I mean, I got saved.
Andrew
from drowning in
Berryesa.
the pool when I was
Andrew
little.
Berryesa, Greco-Roman specialist, guy that only wrestles Greco. He's only ever placed in Greco tournaments. He asked, "How do you plan on avoiding unexpected selfies?"
Well, Willie didn't.
Willie
but-
did not. Willie did not avoid it. They got him.
It's
I
not
think
very
as dirty as you could
flattering.
get.
Yeah.
Not the best looks.
I think unexpected wrestling selfies got transferred from Brendan Furman to Andrew Berryesa.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, I would imagine multiple people have access to it. But if you haven't seen it, if you haven't followed them on Instagram, they basically run up to wrestlers and wrestling people and just hold the camera and just go boom, take a picture of their face. And
Apparently Dake is like a vampire. They can't get him.
yeah, I can see that. I can
Yeah.
see Dake being like, "You're not getting me," and then once he's decided you're not getting him, you're just not going to get Kyle Dake and
That was
anything like that.
that was also the day where Kyle Dake played spike ball with a group of like maybe middle schoolers. Maybe these kids were in middle school.
That was rated R.
And completely, did not take it easy on them.
That was
at all.
awesome.
Like, he even did the Billy Madison, now you're all in big, big trouble.
He smashed him. Which new Division I coach will have the most successful impact on their program? Bono, Bormet, Flynn, Escobedo, or
The most
Hahn?
immediate successful impact.
Immediate. That's
Well,
the most important word. Bormet doesn't count.
I'm going to throw one out there that's not even on the list.
Oh, snap.
Neil Arisman, 0 points! They can only go up.
Well, they're definitely going to have 0 points.
not
Zero
gonna-
qualifiers.
It's not going to be immediate because they're not wrestling next year, so you're disqualified.
Did you say Neil Arisman
Well,
was
no,
having
you-
a huge impact?
Yes, he did. Me and Bracky talked about this. I was totally trolling people. So I think
Were you?
88 pounds, right? Yeah, this kid Tristan Stafford, who's pretty good, from Arkansas, and I was because for FloZone this year we were able to pull up like Twitter and stuff, and Neil Arisman sent out this awesome tweet that was like, "Be the first." I'm looking for my first recruit, first national champ, first All-American, all this stuff. And just because I knew he was going to be in Fargo, I was like, look at that, Neil Arisman already making an impact because they had an All-American at 88 pounds. Shout out to Tristan Stafford.
CP thinks you
I think
aren't trolling.
I don't know.
Flynn's going to take a little bit.
I'm throwing Bormet out because
He's been a Michigan man.
he's so instrumental already. I feel like
Yeah.
it's not apples to apples.
I'm gonna say Bono. Flynn, it's just gonna take a little bit there. It's complete rehaul.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'll say.
Kyle visited West Virginia, and
They gave me this nice shirt.
that is really nice.
Yeah, they were very nice.
Wow. Yeah, I'll say Bono as well. And with Hahn, it's like, well, the program's in pretty good shape, right? It's not a situation where they got rid of a coach that wasn't doing well.
How often does a new coach get a returning NCAA champ?
It basically
Outside of like when Gable retired, I guess.
I don't even know. Did Brands get a champ? No, because Perry hadn't won until Brands.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't really happen. Because Kale didn't. Because Bubba didn't win. Well, he did. Never mind. We'll edit that out.
But he hadn't when
He
Kale
hadn't
got to
won.
Penn State.
Right.
Yeah, so no,
Right.
you were right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Kind of. Yeah.
Most likely to be a 4-time national champion, Shinzo, Yanni, or Lee. Maybe Fix and incoming freshman add to some discussion. Spencer. Spencer, you say?
Yeah, because if Dayton never wrestles a match at 125, even if he does,
Even if he does.
I know Chenzo's halfway there. I don't know why we continue to doubt Chenzo, but I guess I
Yeah.
doubt Chenzo to some extent.
Oh, I think it's because he's taking losses.
Yeah.
He loses.
I guess it's because he loses matches.
Yeah, that's why. He loses matches. He has a double overtime match with Isaiah White in the quarters. He
Lost to Marinelli.
he
Year bef-
loses to Marinelli. He
year
loses to
before
Imar.
he had what was it, Lewis? It was like last second win.
Well, and Massa.
Massa.
He had 2 matches in a row. He got a takedown like in the final 30 seconds to win the match.
Which is kind of the case too, but it's also the case against. It's going to be, I'm really excited
He's clutch.
Like how we're going to view Chenzo at the end. Because like, if he's a 4-time champ, I feel like he's not going to be, like, after Logan won as a freshman and then really a sophomore, but really it was kind of known he was going to win as a sophomore, even though Tony was on a tear. That was Tony's best year probably. It was like, okay, this is the next.
Those are good battles though.
This is the next 4-time champion. This guy's gonna be a 4-time champ. And it's like with Chenzo, it's like we were viewing Logan as like one of the best guys in the country. I don't think any of us think he's better than Nolf.
Well,
right?
but meanwhile, Chenzo, like a guy who we thought was going to be a 4-time champ in Imar.
Yes.
He's beaten him, what, 3
Twice.
times now?
two times. Only
Yeah.
he's just saved.
He
it for
only
the
beats him in the
finals.
finals. Yeah.
So, like, that's got to count for something.
Who he beat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Imar is almost unquestionably top 25, if not higher, all-time folk styler. Probably maybe top 20, top 15.
He has what, 4 losses?
No, not even that many. I think he has 3 losses.
3.
He has 3 losses, all of whom are to multiple-time
State.
national champions.
Only Penn State guys.
Yes, Nolf and Chenzo twice.
He has a
That's
winning
right.
record against all of those Penn State guys.
If Nolf wins this year, he'll be 2-1-1-1-1, and then Chenzo wins this year, 1-1-1 with another year.
Yeah, that's the
and
thing
those
is
are his career losses.
Imar still has winning record against
Yeah.
those guys.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's really weird. So yeah, Chinzo.
When your career losses and your golf score is both below 6, right? So 1-1, 2-2, you're in the pantheon.
I agree.
Pantheon.
Put some respect on Imar's name, people.
Yes.
And Chinzo's.
And Chinzo's. And Nolf also.
Yeah.
But also Zane Rutherford and Cale Sanderson.
So why are
And
we
Bo Nickel.
And Spencer.
why are we doubting Yanni in this discussion?
I'm not. You're the one that said Spencer immediately. The only reason I would doubt Yanni is because he gets hurt. But
He
so
gets
does
hurt.
Spencer.
He gets hurt, and 41-49 is just like
Yeah, what if Ironman continues
Bound
to
to-
jump levels? I mean, Ironman beat him last year.
right.
All right, here's a take. They're all going to be 4-time national champs.
Whoa.
All right, book it.
All right. Dang. Picture this, says Ray Isalis. It's 2020. Kyle Snyder is still Kyle Snyder. Jaden Cox grows his body, not to 97, but all the way to heavyweight. Is there a shot? I had never thought about
Okay.
this.
Holy crap!
Think about it.
All right, I'm not gonna say his @handle.
Oh, yeah, just Ray Isalis. Ray, I'm not reading your handle.
Come on, someone's got to say it. It's not that bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's like Brad C.
No, it's not.
No.
It is nowhere near Brad C. Are you kidding me?
It's squeaky balls.
Yeah. I'm so proud of you for saying that. I didn't think you were
Well,
going.
the only reason I'm saying that is it's like dog toys. It's like a dog toy.
Squeaky balls.
Maybe that's what he means. Maybe he's just a naive father, or like Michael Scott when he's making his little kid.
Or maybe
lover.
he has a company that he owns
Called Squeaky Balls?
called Squeaky Balls.
I'm afraid to Google that.
Don't Google. Do not Google, especially on the company Wi-Fi. Back to the topic at hand that Ray brought to our attention.
That would be
Jaden
cool.
and Heavy. It would be kind of cool. I think he has a better shot at making the team there, except what if Gable is like Kyle Snyder of the large variety by 2020?
I don't like Jaden Cox. Like thinking about Jaden Cox, as big as he is and as talented as he is, and like just how different he is wrestling wise. I don't like him against the Akul Patrishvili types at heavyweight.
I wonder if they could get to him. I mean, I think Gwiz is a really tough match for Jaden, frankly.
Yeah, I mean Gwiz went under Kuhn, so and scored.
Well, the question is, Gwiz is like way more athletic and faster than Adam Kuhn, but that may not be true with Jaden.
Right, but how much was the? I mean, even
And
if,
also,
even
like-
if Jaden went super bulk, how big's he getting?
I think you get it to 240.
240. Wow.
All right, 260.
260. He's
No,
gonna
I
be cutting to
think
make
240 is
125
reasonable.
kilos.
I guarantee you he gets to 220 in a bat of an eye. He was
I'm
cutting,
sure he does,
was
yes.
cutting so much to make 97. Now, I don't know how much was like, just a little reckless, careless. But
being in college.
I'm sure he's been in the 220s.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he did wrestle 220 in high school, so
Yeah.
But I mean recently.
yeah.
For sure. Okay, so is there a shot? I think there's a shot. Is there a better shot of him making the team and making an impact at heavyweight or at 97 kilograms?
Okay, they're two different things. Better shot at making the team.
Pick your poison.
97.
Wrong.
I do not agree with that.
I don't either.
He is the one person that I feel can challenge Kyle Snyder in this country.
Yeah, that can be true, and that does not make it more likely that he would make the team.
I think Gwiz is too big. I think Kuhn's too big. I think Gable's going to be a problem.
I think you're right about. I think Gable might be the reason. Okay, this is kind of an easy question, but I'll ask it because thank you, Josh Thornton. Which do you like better, states that have one or multiple classes division for the state tournament?
Now we can redirect this because it can go two different ways. Meaning, New Jersey,
Typical.
outside of Blair Academy and Lawrenceville and St. Benny's, a couple other national prep schools, but New Jersey, single class. However, their team state is multiple and is split public and private, which is a never-ending issue in high school. I think at all times it should just be one for duels, one for individuals. Figure it out. You don't like it, get better.
No, dude, shut up. Get better. Nah. You don't even know what you're saying there.
Yes, I do.
Get better.
Yes, I do. There's okay, look, the high school thing will never, ever be equal. And so there's always going to be schools that are going to be better. Blair Academy is going to be good forever, okay? So, like, if you want to beat them, just get a better team. Apple Valley did it a couple times, okay? St. Ed's has done it. St. Paris Graham has done it. There's only a handful of schools that can win a national title in wrestling anyway.
National title? What are you talking about? We're just talking about...
Yeah, but it's the same. It applies the same for states. It applies the same for states because those same schools have been dominating their state tournaments. St. Paris Graham has won like 97 D2 tournaments in a row. It would be awesome if Eds and Graham was in the same division every year for the last 20 years.
Yeah. You're talking like it just as a whole, like a wrestling fan, like what you want to see. But you're not even like considering there are schools in Virginia with like under 100 kids.
Yeah.
Going up against Colonial Forge, these schools with thousands and thousands of kids. There's like literally classrooms with more. It's a completely different thing. So I think there's definitely a need for that separation, and especially in states with that wide of a population. You have Northern Virginia, and then you have Southwest Virginia, and you have these little pockets towards the beach of these little communities. And that's just one state.
But you also have.
Why should they be competing against it? It makes no sense.
But you also have states like in Maryland, Dunbar, in so many different sports, is a school of approximately 150 kids, and they kick the crap out of everyone.
What kind of school is Dunbar?
So in Baltimore City, it's
it
basically
private?
it's public school, but in Baltimore City, they're all schools of choice. So that's the other thing is you can't just go on enrollment, population, whatever you want to.
There's no school of choice in rural Retreat, Virginia. It's just
I know,
you go to rural Retreat.
But do you understand? What you're saying? If you can still have that situation where a school is going to be demonstrably better because you have a small county like St. Paris Graham, or you have a large metropolis like Baltimore that has schools of choice where all the athletes concentrate at Dunbar in so many different sports, including wrestling, including basketball, including lacrosse, and all these sports.
Yeah, those are probably more outliers than they actually happen that frequently. In general, I think it makes sense for there to be some separation. Now, Virginia went crazy. They lost their freaking mind and have 6. 3 was fine and equitable. And
6 public school plus a whole private school division.
Plus private, so 7. Another topic for another day. But I think
splitting private and public is dumb too.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
If you're going to split public, so I'm like way to the left, I guess, on this. But if you're going to split public and private, bring them all national preps. Just give all the private schools national preps. It would be so amazing. I was talking to Mike Malwitz. It would be so amazing if like Becca, St. Ed's, St. John Bosco, all those schools were at national preps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
That would be incredible.
So incredible. Okay.
It'd be Ironman all over again, minus the 20 public schools that are at Ironman.
And St. Paris Graham is called St. Paris, which sounds like one.
Right.
But they are public.
So technically.
Oh, yeah.
The actual name of the school,
Graham. Right, well, they wouldn't because it's in Pennsylvania.
What are you saying?
St. Paris?
Yeah. No, the tournament's in Pennsylvania.
Oh, they can't go.
St. Paris is in Ohio.
They can't go.
They do not leave the state.
Go.
Yeah.
They barely leave the county.
Yeah, Champaign. All right, we're ready to go. We can play it out. I think we need to plug Nomad back in. I'm not sure what happened there 5 minutes ago. He said ever, I think, 16 times. Mm-hmm. We might have to go back. Ever. He started like
short. Hey, are we back to normal next week?
Short-circuited.
Tuesday, Thursday?
Yeah. That's my understanding.
I know FloZone and a couple other studio shows kind of pushed us to Wednesday this week.
Yeah. Okay. It's go time. We thank you so much. We thank you to ASICS for sponsoring this radio program. We will be back next Tuesday, as Nomad mentioned. Stay tuned for Fargo, Greco, today and tomorrow.
I'll be on the Cadets Greco Call. Finals are today in, a
couple hours.
1:30 p.m.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks, guys. See you next time. All rights reserved. It's a nice touch.